Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your favorite chess journal YouTube channel. I hope everyone is doing great, and we have a game on chesstempo.com. So we've got white pieces. We started with d4, they played d5. Now we are going to play, we have just played knight f3. You can see the name of the opening here on the right side, bottom right side of the window. This is called, as they played knight c6, blocking this c pawn here, and this is the Chigorin variation, or Chigorin, whatever it is. All right, so and this is not okay. This is playable, this opening, but playing here is what I prefer. Now this is a 15 minutes game, so I've got a bit of time to explain my thought process and talk to you guys. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna simply focus on attacking setup or development. Here we've got a lot of things to play. For example, we could play pawn to e3. We could also play the London system setup like bishop f4, and what else? We could simply put a defender here, but why not develop our bishop in the star square by playing bishop f4 in the London system setup? So what about our opponent? He's I don't know where he's from. His rating is 1745, and we've got 1748. So I guess they know a little bit of theory as we do, and now they have played e6. That's the making their way to develop their dark square bishop, but at the same time that's blocking their light square bishop. Okay, here we've got again a couple of options to play here, e3, or develop the knight here or here. And as I always say, development should be the priority. So let's develop the b knight here, because we might want to play this move one day. So let's develop knight b d2. Okay, so as anticipated, they have played bishop d6, and here just like the London system setup, we are just gonna pull the bishop back. Now if they take our dark square bishop, we are simply gonna retake with this pawn. Okay, so that's what happened, and now we got a beautiful half open file. Now they have developed their knight to f6. Here we are just simply gonna focus on developing our remaining pieces. So we need to our knights have just been developed. And what else? The light square bishop needs to be developed, so we cannot play here, so we need to play e3. Maybe our aim is to pin their knight here. So they have jumped in with their knight. Here, what are we gonna do? We are simply going to capture this knight, because after this recapture, this pawn is weak, and we're gonna target this pawn by pulling our knight back here, knight d2. So they have put a defender by playing f5. That what it does, it defends the pawn here, but what it does not, it used to stay here. Sorry. This diagonal is now open, so we always look for check, capture, fret, fork and pin, right? So we have a check. Let's give it check. So they have blocked their check here. But that doesn't work, because what we're simply gonna capture this pawn, and they have to, that's a check, right? Are you guys with me? I am sure you are. After this take, they have to act. So they, once they retake, we are gonna take with the rook. That's a check to their king, and then our rook is going to capture their queen. After the end of the transaction, we will be doing better. So, but before that move, I'm just gonna talk to you guys for a couple of seconds. I hope everyone is doing great, and thank you very much for those of you who have subscribed. And I cannot thank you guys enough because you guys are my hero. Those of you who haven't subscribed yet or new to this channel, watching this video, please consider subscribing, because your subscription is the only thing that motivates me to come up with these instructive contents. And let me know, guys, down in the comment section below, how have you guys been doing with your chess? And if you have noticed that I stick to some, a few openings with white pieces, mainly d4, and with black pieces against, what do we play against e4 and against d4. We stick to the Pierce defense or the Park defense, the Caro-Kann, the Slav defense, Steinitz counter gambit. These are the main openings that I stick to playing. Yeah, so let's dive into the action. Check. So they need to react. So they have taken, and now this is, we have already calculated. Check. And so after the end of the transaction, I think taking with the knight could have been better. So after the end of the transaction, what have we achieved? We have material was speaking, I mean, like major and minor pieces. These are equal, but look at their rook. This is not developed well. This knight is also kind of, it's not in a good square. Their bishop is still bad, and we have got, they've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pawns. We've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got a pawn. Now let's finish development. Now they have attacked our this pawn, and how to defend that pawn? We could play here, kicking the knight out, but I'm just gonna let their knight reside here. Instead, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna develop my light square bishop here, so that bishop is defending as well as attacking this pawn. Although that's defended with their light square bishop, but what have we achieved by placing our bishop here on c4 is that we finished our development. So now our rook can go here, grab the open file. So you guys just need to play methodically the methods that I talk about here, and you will see that even stronger players are going to, if they do not play methodically, then you guys gonna surely do better in chess. You've got to know a little bit of opening theory, not much, a little bit, maybe up to 10 moves. But what is more important is the idea that comes with the opening. Here, the king has gone here, but I think the king should have gone there. You know, these pawns are undefended. Look, like the way I am describing, these pawns are undefended, so they need a defender. So now what are we gonna do? We're just gonna target these pawns. But let's first give a check. And their king is going there. Now we can target this pawn, right? But if we play that, they're gonna push their pawn. Yeah, I think they're gonna push their pawn, and if we put our rook here, they're gonna lock this side of the board. So I'm not gonna do that. Instead, uh, instead, I'm gonna put my bishop here so that I myself play here, and ensure that I can grab these pawns later on. So they're playing on this side, this area of the board. Let's first kick the knight out. Put the knight in. Okay, why did they go there? They should have gone here. Now the knight is kind of bad. That allows us to also dive in with our knight, right? Check. And then go here. Let's go here. Because their king cannot go here thanks to our rook. Now they need to, keep a constant eye on this pawn because of our rook. See there, they have gone into passive mode. Here now we need to focus on targeting this one. Oh, sorry. I missed one thing. Beautiful tactic. Let's take this knight because king has to react. And then we're gonna put our rook here, pinning their rook, as well as winning the last square bishop. Yeah, so thankfully I was about to miss that one, but yeah, so these are completely winning for us. So Queen's Pawn game, Chigorin variation. You guys hopefully now know how to play against this. You guys, I'm sure will face this opening a lot if you play games. Now, how to take? We do not want to take with the knight because then our knight will be pinned. So let's just capture with the rook, simplify the position. And now let's come here. We do not want our knight to be trapped. That's a check. And now we are going to target these pawns. How are we going to do that? Don't know. Let's put the knight here. Maybe here. Okay, so they're having a walk with the king. Let's come here, give a check, and then win this pawn. So they are not resigning yet. I'm just gonna have to play a bit quicker. Now target this pawn. This area of the board is well defended, so let's just take. Really doesn't matter. This pawn is defended. Should we take or yeah? Let's take. Then take this one. So they are playing. So they have resigned. So that's a good game. We have played. Let's quickly review the game. So we opened with d4 and they played d5. Now we played knight f3 and they played knight c6. That's the Chigorin variation. Now they played e6. Here when in Chigorin variation, Uh, if you want to play the Chigorin variation, you need to remember that your bishops need to be actively placed. So I believe, I don't know, this is, I think, playable, but if I were them, I would have probably developed my light square bishop first before playing e6. Okay, now we played in the London system fashion. That's why I said that, like, you have to know a little bit of opening knowledge, because one opening can be implemented in other openings. So here they developed the Dusker bishop. We pull this back. This is all theory from the London system. So takes with the pawn, h pawn, opened up the rook's file, and knight f6. Now this is all London system theory, e3, knight e4. Here we captured because that creates us a weak pawn to target to. And they developed, and that's where they made their first mistake. They should have let go of this pawn, and that creates a weakness, and we immediately grab that opportunity check. It doesn't help them. Takes, and from this point in time, their position fall apart. The final thing I want to touch here on this game is that right here, because I was about to target this pawn, but then I was like, okay, I saw this one, so takes, and then here winning their bishop. That's how we won a piece, and everything fall apart. It was a piece of cake. So thank you guys for tuning in, and please again consider subscribing. So it was a 34 mover game, and yeah, that's it. So till the next time, take care of yourself. Bye bye.